36% of Fiji's population and range between the ages of 16 to 35. Regardless of what their circumstances are, they are the future of our nation. On Nation's Business, we look at how a variety of opportunities for youths around Fiji is creating an enabling environment that prepares them towards national development. Throughout the Pacific, young people everywhere can only make their communities more productive, provided that they have the opportunity to become better educated, healthier, express their voice, and engage in meaningful work. One of the many achievements to begin with is through Fiji's education system, which has placed huge emphasis on the importance of vocational schools. This investment has created major inroads for some 308,000 youths, instilling a stronger sense of pride. It's these types of partnerships between the Ministry of Education and Youth and Sport, Labour and Employment Relations, and Agriculture, in addition to non-governmental organizations, that has seen a major turnaround in the empowerment of youths. Currently, there are 66 vocational schools in Fiji's secondary school system that offers 129 courses ranging from automotive engineering, hospitality, carpentry and joinery, agriculture and office technology. Youth empowerment and livelihood opportunities are also crucial factors that allows organizations like the Ministry of Youth and other important stakeholders to plan the way forward through the creation of better opportunities. Recently, the Ministry of Youth launched its first ever National Youth and Sports Conference, an event that brought together more than 500 youths who were able to raise their concerns on issues that affect them most.
It's amazing because it has informed everyone and got everyone involved from diverse backgrounds.
What we want to hear from them is what they think. What do they think as young people about those issues, gender equality, equality in sports and all the things that they're going to talk about. What they think is relevant now, what they think should be the shape of the future of those thematic areas, to allow us from the ministry to then take that and factor it into our planning process for the years to come. Hopefully this will be an annual event where we can draw from young people so that we can make sure that their needs are resourced, one, two, and also implemented well.
Another important area that is providing opportunities for youths is through health facilities, which are responsive to the needs of youths around the country. This is all part of encouraging youths to appreciate and practice high standards of personal hygiene and lead healthy lifestyles.
So in Fiji, we have seen, unfortunately, there's still a high rate of teenage pregnancy, and this is, your responsibility. Things are getting better, but we feel that, there's still too many teenagers that are pregnant. So this is what, like my predecessor said, that implies a sexual life and a fully responsible sexuality. We have a low condom use. It seems that, young men in particular, don't want to use condoms, so despite the fact that condoms are available.
We work in partnership with government agencies. Our key stakeholder is the Ministry of Health and Department of Social Welfare as well. So we provide support to those who are in distress. We provide counseling and along with that also social work support. Then we also have the HIV antenatal clinic program at the hospitals, which support the pregnant women and their partners who come in for HIV tests. So we support the Ministry of Health in that way.
Especially teenage pregnancies, that was a common thing nowadays. So we think that they have said that in the schools the young should be educated about that, so it should be continued like that. Well, I'm a student in FNU, so when we have a friends conversation we can talk about that.
That of course, other groups like, churches, communities, schools, should involve as well as government, should involve the young people in decision making. I mean, young people are citizens, they should be involved, they are part of the decision making process. I mean, you can be involved through peer community, through sports, through provision of services, so providing, help to your community, your village, and so on.
I think when we talk about issues, the one thing is that, one, you learn about it better, one. Two, it makes you a little bit more responsible when you speak on it. And I think for young people, when people of their age talk about the problem, they will listen to them and believe them. Because there is a generation gap, they say. If older people come in and talk, maybe they will listen to them, but when it is just coming from them, I think they are heard.
Given the appropriate resources, skills and capacities, youths in Fiji are capable of being well placed to tackle the future. In the rural areas, youths have been empowered through empowerment capacity building trainings. Such trainings prepare them to undergo financial literacy training as a basis towards self-employment and improved livelihood. A budget of $600,000 has been set aside to train youths in life skills, character development and other technical skills.
For the rural youths, most of them are the out-of-school youths, and they are disadvantaged in many ways. Because those who reside in urban areas, most of them, they got access to either high school or tertiary education. To reach the unreached, that is our theme that we have adapted from one of the division, whom they have tried to reach out to the rural and remote and outer islands. So we are trying to devise programs that will suit the youths in the rural areas.
These programs began from last year. However, the ministry has stepped up and increased more training and capacity building in rural areas around Fiji, especially remote islands for the Western and Eastern Division.
So for capacity building and empowerment programs for these rural youths, we bring in some of the trainings that we normally conduct, like Seeds of Success, for the motivational programs, and also we are trying to put in some of this training that will help them in establishing income generating and also for their livelihood. We have reached out to Yasawa to conduct mobile skills or small engine repairs, especially for the rural youths.
In the village of Naisilisili, in the beautiful island of Yasawa, the Ministry of Youth and Sports conducted training on small engine repairs and multi-skilling in art and craft for unsuccessful youths.
Initially, we had targeted 25 young people for each training, but at the end of the 1 week, we had over 80 young people in the Tikin of Nadula that graduated. 56 in small engine repair and 29 in art and crafts.
Nilibu rasami lutunga mene pakatanga dengan ni buli mana secondary libu rasami tu serangan akor. Ya ni ndona matani katumba lau mengkok nabugu ni buli. Rasa libu sara virna daro bona mone lewa rasa nguta merang buli. Na bambimbe na buli serendini na art and craft.
Before the training, none of these youths were familiar with small engine repairs and how to apply their skills in acquiring art and craft. According to Mere Ratikonandi, Youth Officer Western, the training was interesting as most of these energetic youths were eager to know something.
It was very interesting, and well, the momentum did not slow down at all, if I could say that. They were excited, and by the first day of practical, we had to actually force them to break for lunch and also stop the class at 5 o'clock, because they were so into trying to fix the machines and for the young men and women that were doing art and craft were so into trying to learn how to, make flowers and jewelry boxes and photo frame.
That is something that we have wanted to conduct, the monitoring and evaluation of a lot of our training programs, not only for this one, but most of our training programs. And for last year and this year, we have done a lot of monitoring and evaluation for a number of our training programs.
The certificates that have been acquired by the youths could have been longer and expensive if they were to apply at any tertiary institution, which many of them could not afford financially. Through this training conducted by the Youth Ministry, it will be a life skills where they can use this to gain employment within Yasawa, or even setting up their own backyard workshop, and also a way of savings for villages that have small engines and generators that require maintenance, rather than paying huge chunks of money and taking their machines to mainland Viti level.
When people buy these pieces of machine, it's an investment, and that investment goes to waste if you do not put in the extra knowledge and skills that goes with investing in such machines. And for these kids to come in and learn from in the one weekend and putting that what they've learned into practice, from an engine which has been sitting for months and now working again. I think it is a big achievement for them. Certainly makes them much feel useful, feel empowered, knowing that next time they face the same problem, he can fix it and make it fix, in a not too expensive way if we do not know what needs to be fixed. I really congratulate them for the 5 days that they've spent on doing this training, and I think it is very worthwhile training.
Nunggu kila binakasaranga na sere engine hote ngome na braskata hoci bulan braskata te hote ado to gimana generator bulan dona generator na diesel jalan generator le diesel bulan diesel cha umanto isarame kona 40 horsepower ngo sambula binakasaranga ngo ndur dungo sa kila binakasaranga ya ngo wabina ni satu nunggu ni na stiviti wataron nong kasih stiviti ya tau kau tanah hotel ndonga na reta undu tanah hotel sa umaru vale ukina yang gelau bena minister new me sulatanga sona buli me sulna bahasa ma torita kin nunggu bula kan nunggu bahasa miran la video sara na konon ta lebu.
Yasawa is well known for its tourist destination, and in most cases, most of its youth are employed by hoteliers and backpackers. Fortunately, not all of them can be provided with employment in all hotels. On that note, many of the females were eager to acquire the skills on art and craft and make use of the training provided by the ministry.
Na kau me buli darawa elebsar na kau buli daraw kina bambimbi mandangan bambimbi bike mamina ya lewai nadakadaka nili ngosana kabaya baka oyau na nunggu level mandangan ni buli oda bono fomono ya baka usanda bole taktu na kambaleta na art and craft ya ni meida kana buli na lomani madango au babin pina katakana kalau na tu betu ba imbito mena matani tu me bukiana ngumbula ni rawaka. Tomondo ba binamna keciko bertona ministry ni youth and sports anan nondo to solia free to be kema mina matangali bulimango kema misa kera kendo talena bulimango erni wabo kitalema be kema mi yalongalala kema mi solia tu ne mami ngona mi kema mi na mai buli talikir na devstar na kami na kau buli tabana buli kima mingai buli tahu cunggo devstar na kau buli tabale buna dona burburin la buna kabi kima mi baka kima sa biu buli koso apa saat atas nongson kima na bana takadaka o mere dike ni iseng ni kawal ngaya devstar tu na banu akintaran rola mekina o marotak sarbali buna bikau me buli ta baka Toste taktal na beka buli tamena beka kimami rawata chiku na korre.
What we found that with our rural youth, if you drop out from school, your level of self-confidence drops also, and you begin to think that maybe the other people who can complete their school are better. So the training that we run is an empowerment training for them to believe in themselves. That's the best start for them. Once they do that, they believe in themselves again and believe that they have within them the tools to enable them to be better citizens, to improve their livelihood. Then we run with them some projects.
In this segment, we highlight the unique and universal power that sports has to attract, motivate and inspire, making it a highly effective tool for engaging and empowering young Fijians to take action to provide a source of employment and improving health. A new direction set up by government for sports with the establishment of the Fiji Sports Commission to take sports development for young youths to new levels.
We are glad that the Fiji National Sports Commission was established last year, and they have funding allocation, and one of the key activities that they conduct is to conduct sports outreach programs and the award of grants.
For youths living in rural villages, the National Fiji Sports Commission has provided the chance for young rural Fijians to learn sporting skills for the first time.
Over the past 2 years, we've been going out to the villages with our various programs, development programs, bringing together a lot of the youth, rural youth, and then into the urban areas also. And one of the things we found out is that there's an awful lot they need to know about what's happening around the country. They need to know what is out there to help them grow in their own communities. And it wasn't just about sports, it was about inclusiveness, and you know, you go to out to these villages and you find out that they're not getting given the opportunities we'd like to give them.
The Fiji National Sports Commission, part of their sport awareness in the rural areas, is encouraging young youths without proper academic qualification to seriously look into sports, as it is another tool of employment. Through some of the sporting awareness conducted by the Sports Commission in the rural areas of Vanulevu last year, the Commission had recorded some outstanding feedbacks based from the report that was submitted by their officers on the ground.
And sports is what brings the communities together. I mean, we see it everywhere we go, that we're not just going in there to teach the youth to play rugby or anything. We're teaching people with disabilities to become refs or to be administrators, or we're teaching adults to be involved with their children in these sports. So nowadays you're seeing whole villages coming together, and they're coming together to play sports, but they're coming together as a community. So, as I was just talking before, where we went in Raketi, we now have 14 villages playing league and 12 villages playing netball, which they never did before, but they're only just down the road from each other, and now they're competing. So competition brings them all together, and they're all getting together. Now it's the biggest zone in the country for rugby league, and is pretty well up there with netballs.
When the National Sports Commission goes out into the community, we try and take with us our national representatives, those who are on the national teams, so that when they go out there, they can also act as role models, and to advise the youth out there that they can also be one of those, if only they will have to do, you know, the norm, and of course, believing in oneself, that they can also be representing Fiji in any sport for that matter, if only they take on board the advice that are normally given to them. It is important, yes, for our programs that we include whoever we have on the national reps, because they can act as role models to our youth out there in the communities.
In developing sports to another level, the Youth Ministry has been allocated $500,000 for hosting international tournaments. The development of sports and its facilities through programs such as the construction of rural playing fields and sports outreach programs will continue to be provided by the Ministry as the vehicle for the development of sports administration, coaching and talent identification.
For this year, we have allocated funds for the sports upgrading and the development of sports grounds especially in the interior of Vitilevu. 2 multi-purpose hall for indoor games, one in Sub and the other one in Roller.
Meanwhile, funds of $200,000 each has been allocated for sports scholarships, overseas sports tours and sport outreach programs, while $2 million is allocated for the engagement of coaches for all sports around the country.
Nagito ko bulian ano dito. Wala tanang gito bila na kay kutamay. Kaya ko binakata mo daw gito binakay bila na ka mo nang kay wakuri kin na talin di chikungurbi. And it's talent plus discipline, it's plus hard work, plus sacrifice. Uira kaya bulian ano dito. Bulikan na ito when the visinga. Ya nakay na pangkarama benray na numutali di batagi ko ya na sengan ni pasi ko baka kawan nang kay banganta kana talente ya mongkay nakira pas baka law mo waki ya bata se mo kay bakurian ya na daw nakabaka discipline kaya bika kaya nang kay raw yung pasi kana talente ya may pinaksa.
We have, the Prime Minister has emphasised it over and over. Our sports people contribute over $100 million a year to our economy in direct remittances. Recently, a young boy from Suvavo is on a $4 million contract, not with rugby, with AFL, Australian rules. So all our sports people are out there, but the thing we are finding is the talent is in the islands, it's up in the highlands, it's everywhere. It's not sitting here in Suva. So we've got to go out and find it, and when we find it, we'll bring them back to where they can get the most benefit, and they then can go and train others. That's one pathway, becoming professional. The other pathway is coaches get paid now, refs get paid, technical officials get paid. A lot of it's volunteer work, but no, there are various pathways now where they can. We have a number of international scholarships around the world for sports people also to move on ahead. So yeah, it's a pathway, it's a career path, but it's what they get out of leadership. That's the most important.
The Fiji Sports Commission is located in all divisions, in the West, North, Eastern and the Central Division. Youths with talents and who are identified from the rural areas will be given a program to groom them to become future national representatives.
When we go out there, if we find somebody with talent, we nurture it. We see what we can do about it. We find an athlete, a 100-metre runner, a sprinter in the Northern Division. We look at how we can include them in a school in Suva where they can go on the track. We find a swimmer in Nataseri in the rivers. We see what we can do at training them in a pool. They've never been in a swimming pool. That's what it's about.
Since the creation of the Fiji National Sports Commission, many have been fortunate to be recognized by the Commission to receive overseas scholarships.
Joe Roden, for example, Joe Roden Jr., you know, he got a scholarship to America. Very sadly, Roy Ravana Jr., who just passed away, he had won scholarships. We have a young tennis player, the girl Shannon in Lautoka. She's going off this year to America on a scholarship. So yes, it's happening everywhere. The other thing is that we have a number of youth that are also being taken from, for example, last year we sent the under-16, the under-18 rugby team to Australia. They beat New Zealand, great. We couldn't do it this year. But a number of those players got scholarships to high schools to finish their high school, and that in New Zealand and Australia. So yeah, it's across the board.
The Sports Commission was established in order to guide and enhance the delivery of sports programs in Fiji through a coordinated approach at all levels of participation by government, statutory bodies and the community, and to ensure the development of sports in Fiji and for related matters. Sports is a powerful means of mobilizing more resources in the global fight against diseases, but this potential is only just beginning to be realized.
that sports contributed so much to Fiji, especially in combating NCDs, in ensuring a physically fit nation, a healthier nation.
Sports can also be used to reduce the social stigma experienced by marginalized groups, such as persons living with disabilities. By engaging these individuals in sporting activities with other community members, sports will create a shared space and experience that helps break down negative perceptions and enables people to focus on what they have in common.
For us, it's creating an awareness for the deaf community, just being involved in the sports today. We've proved to a whole lot of young people that we also can do it, and we'd like them to go back with that message and that in mind. Inclusiveness is part of society. Like, we need to include everybody, and that includes people with disabilities as well.
Sports can be used to empower children and youth by conveying appropriate prevention messages, teaching the skills necessary to establish and sustain healthy behavior patterns, and increasing their resilience in the face of life challenges. Government is using sports to reduce health risk behavior, as it is an effective way to reach out to people, especially youth, and to encourage healthy lifestyle behaviors that will help protect them against diseases.
Namatin tu Australia nembak ngoi rona $1 million membelicir kena lai ko mai wer daubi katabuli dibina ngor kena matai bangata katiuna rona $1 million namai tigo tigium ni ko ben rai baletana rai namatin tu di satu weekend Natalian dia sengsoni basi kesar ciu bobina kembalatin sengani ciu ira kila bina kesar gitu merani rabuli kan merani sanggai basi kebenakin Natalian.
I mean, youth are the future of the nation. They will be the leaders that will take us to our next steps in history. So, yeah, to take care of our youth is certainly to take care of our future as well. So it's youth are the main focus for us and for the nation.